Okay, with the help of Hashem, we are back to הלכות מקוואות, and which is יורא דאיה ריש א', סימן ריש א', and we got to paragraph כ"ו. היו בו מם שאה. We're talking about the mikve that has 40 שאה. נפל לתוכו יין, and wine fell in, ונשתנו מראה של חציו. So that color of the wine spread to half, like 50% of the water got the color of the wine. אם אין בו מראה מים מם שאה, הרי זה לא יטבול בו. So basically the result is that you don't have 40 שאה of water colored mikve. Yeah, half of it is like wine colored. So Yochanan says don't dunk in that mikve. Okay. בער היטב, אין, אבל אם נשאר בו מם שאה מראה מים, טובל באותן מם שאה שמראה מים. But let's say you had, the mikveh was more than 40 שאה, let's say 80 שאה, and 50% of it got the color of the wine, so you can still use the other 50% that looks like regular water, yeah? Clear? Okay. כ"ז. מקווה שנשתנה מראה מימיו מחמת עצמו ולא נפל בו דבר, הרי זה כשר. If you have a mikveh that it looks different because of itself, yeah, you know, water that are standing, so they look funny sometimes, or not so funny. Sometimes it's sad, but sometimes it doesn't look so much like water, yeah. But it's not because something fell inside, so it's kosher, yeah. So if somebody have like a very very filthy mikveh that the water is like even black, but it will still be kosher, yeah. כ"ח. אין שינוי מראה פוסל אלא במי גשמים שנעשו מקווה. The whole subject matter that we'll deal with that it's not kosher because of looks different, yeah, is with rainwater mikveh. אבל מעיין אינו מסל בשינוי מראה, but if it was connected with the spring, so then it doesn't matter. Even though it looks different, no problem.
So before we were talking about last class, if the water changes color,
it's only about
the
rainwater mikveh. Yeah.
Okay.
ולא עוד, אלא אפילו המקווה שנפסל, אם המשיכו אליו מי מעיין, המעיין מתאר אותו, אפילו לא חזרו למראיין. Let's say you have a mikveh that became to be pasul because, like what we said, for example, wine fell inside, whatever. So it became to be pasul, and then you somehow find a way to connect it with the spring. So the spring purifies the water, even though the look of the water still is kind of a wine colored, but it will be kosher. כ"ט. נפלו לו 3 לוגין יין, כאילו לא נפל. If the 3 lugs of wine fell inside, it's like it didn't fall inside, and you are permitted to dunk inside. בין מקום היין, בין מקום המים. Doesn't matter if it is the place of the wine or any other place of the water. היה שאוב והשיקו. Okay? So, you remember that I told you last time about the אוצר?
Yeah.
אוצר השקה? Right? You have the storage of the rainwater, and you let the water of the tap water, the drawn water, you fill it in the other pit, and then the two waters are touching, right? So that's called היה שאוב, that was drawn water mikveh, והשיקו, and you made the connection with rainwater mikveh. Now השיק במקום יין, the place of the connection, it's a place that the wine fell inside, and the connection between the drawn water and the rainwater is colored with wine. Yeah?
Oh, the connection is colored with wine.
the connection is colored with wine. זה וזה לא טהור. So the rain water didn't purify the drawn water, because the connection is not a good connection, because it has the color of the wine in place of the connection. Yeah?
Okay.
שיק במקום המים, מקום המים טהר, מקום היין לא טהר. If the place of the connection is like clear water, regular water, so the whatever is watery is purified by the rainwater, and whatever is wine colored, is not purified. So it's like it still have the halacha like drawn water. Yeah, so that's very kind of a very interesting case, that you have like one mikve, that some of the mikve is drawn water and some of the mikve is like mikve water, and they are touching, but they are not affecting one another, because like the color of the wine is there. מקווה חסר, שנפל שם יין ונשתנו מרעיו. You have mikve that doesn't have the 40 se'ah, and wine fell inside and made the water to look like wine. ונפל שם ג' לוגין שובים, and then 3 lugs of drawn water fell inside. So usually we say that the 3 lugs are possible the mikveh that doesn't have the 40 se'ah, right? But here in this case, the mikveh is not a mikveh because it has the water, the wine colored, and aposlim. So it didn't make the mikveh to be pasul. The drawn water, 3 lugs of drawn water, didn't make the mikveh pasul because the mikveh have wine colored. שחזר השלים המקווה במים כשרים, וחזר למראה מים כשרה. And then afterwards he's adding like rainwater, so the color of the mikveh goes back to be watery, so it's kosher. Very interesting case. You understand the case? No. Again, I have mikveh that doesn't have 40 se'ah, right? We learned before. What's the halacha if I have a mikveh that doesn't have 40 se'ah and somebody drops in 3 logs of water? What's the halacha?
What kind of water?
If it doesn't have 40
Drawn water, 3 lugs, I'm throwing into a mikveh that doesn't have the 40 se'ah. So the 3 lugs made the mikveh to be non-kosher mikveh. Now I have to draw out all the water to refill it. Right? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what we learned before. Now, in this case, before I threw in the 3 lugs of the drawn water, somebody threw in wine. So the mikveh became to be wine colored. And then I threw in the 3 lugs. So because it was wine colored, so the 3 lugs didn't affect the mikveh. It's like the wine colored make it that it will be like frozen status, that it doesn't change its status, doesn't become to be kosher, doesn't to be non-kosher. It's like it stays as it is. So even though I throw in the 3 lugs of the drawn water, it didn't make it to be pasul because it has the wine colored. So I don't have to empty. Yeah, that's what we just read. So I don't have to empty the mikveh now to make it kosher. I can just add rainwater, and when the water will get over the wine colored, so then I can use the mikveh. Okay? באר היטב, מ"ז, הרי הוא כאילו כולו יין, ושוב אינו נפסל בג' לוגין מים. So, I look on that mikveh that have the wine color as if the whole water there is wine. So if the all water is wine, drawn water will not affect it. שחזר והשלים, דעת הרעב"ד, היין שנפל בתחילה גם כן מצטרף להשלים. הבית יוסף כתב שמדברי הרש והרמב"ם נראה שאינו מצטרף, וכן נראה דעת הרב, עד כאן לשונו שח. Okay, so we have a מחלוקת ראשונים, if I can count the wine itself that fell inside in the first place as part of the kosher water 40 se'ah to make the mikve to be kosher.
To count which one? I missed the first part you said.
The wine that fell inside.
To count it as part of the 40.
Yeah.
I thought. Okay. How could we count it?
So
It's
that's what the Ravad said, that the wine can be part of the count of the 40 se'ah in a case like that. Yeah.
So then at that point it would be considered kosher mikvah.
I don't have to add so much rainwater.
Okay.
Yeah, does it make?
It's a very confusing case. That's why I'm having a time.
Okay, let me review the case again. Okay, let's say again the 40 se'ah is 375 liters. Okay, let's say I have 370 liters. Yeah, of water, rainwater in my mikveh.
Kosher water.
Kosher water, but it's not a kosher mikveh because I don't have the 40 se'ah.
Right.
Okay. Now, somebody dumped in 2 liters of wine. Okay? And that was enough to make all of the 370 liters of water to be colored as wine.
Okay, so it's a different color now, and we still don't have the 375 liters that we need.
Okay?
Sure.
Now, somebody comes and dump in a bucket of 9 liters of drawn water, which usually we would say that it makes the mikveh to be pasul.
Right.
But here, because it have the wine color,
it's not relevant.
So it doesn't make the mikveh to be pasul.
And now the mikveh has the 40 se'ah.
It's not count as 40 se'ah. It's not a kosher mikveh. One, because it have the wine color, and secondly, I don't have enough water that are kosher water.
Okay.
Yeah, the drawn water it doesn't fulfill the requirement of mikveh water.
Okay, right.
Okay, but the point is that it's now I'm waiting for the rain to come, and I have, let's say, 3 liters. According to the Ravad, I will need only 3 liters to be added to the mikveh, because I had 370. I had 2 liters of wine, and I'm missing another 3 liters of rainwater, and to make sure that I don't have wine color to the mikveh, and then I can use that mikveh. Okay, according to the Rash and the Rambam, so it doesn't join, and it seems that this is also the opinion of the Rama, according to the Bayeri Tev. So I don't count the wine, so I will need 5 liters of rainwater to use that mikveh now. Yeah, and clear? I will need 5 liters. Okay. And if, let's say, that wine that was dumped in didn't give color to the mikveh, so then the drawn water would have made the whole mikveh to be pasul. And now if I wanted, if that was the case, I would have to empty all the water and to have 375 liters of rainwater coming in. So it's a big difference, yeah? You understand that? It make a big difference.
So in this case, it's better that it was colored.
Yes. Because it's protected, it will not become to be pasul because of the drawn water.
Right. It's a very specific case. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. למד. אין שאיבה פוסלת אלא במים. The whole idea of drawn water is specifically about water. אבל שלג והברד והכפור והמלח והטיט, שהוא אב קצת, אפילו יש בו רכות שיכולים להריקו מכלי אל כלי, אין שאיבה פוסלת בהם. When you're talking about snow, hail, ice, salt, teat is like mud, mud that is like a little bit thick, but it's soft enough that you can empty from one bucket to another. So those things can be, you can use a bucket to carry them, and if you want for some reason to dump them inside of the mikveh. It won't make the mikveh to be pasul. שאם שאב מאלו למקווה החסר לא פסלו. So if he draws from that missing mikveh, from this to the missing mikveh, it doesn't make it to be pasul. Okay? Yeah? ולא עוד, אלא אפילו עשה כל המקווה משלג או כפור או ברד, שיביאו בכלי, ועשה מהם מקווה, כשר. So if he makes all of the mikveh from snow or hail or ice that he brings with the vessel, and he makes mikveh with it, it's kosher. Yeah. So practically today many people are using that halacha. Yeah, I have a student that he just fixed. He have like a mikveh in his porch, and he made like it became to be whatever he needed to fix it. So he emptied the water. So you have to relaunch the mikveh. So he ordered like about 500 kilos of ice, put it inside of the otzar instead of rainwater, and that's the halacha here. Yeah, instead of like having the whole thing of drainage that comes in to the mikveh, that is like technically like difficult. So pay some money, order the ice, and do it like that. Yeah, but obviously, like many other things, also on that there is arguments. So if you want the mikveh to be like 100%, like lekuli alma, that everybody agrees that it's kosher mikveh, which is usually for ladies mikveh, not so much for men's mikveh, but it's good to have it also same thing for men's mikveh. So then you want to do it with rainwater. Okay, so because there is people that they hold that the ice that it's talking about, it's ice that used to be rainwater, meaning, let's say I have a like a lake that like got freeze in the winter, yeah, and I'm going into that lake and I'm taking like pieces of the ice and I bring it to my mikveh in my house. So that will be for sure kosher. That will be like 100% like kosher, even though I took it like with a bucket or with a vessel. That's the halacha here, yeah. But the question is, when you take like tap water and you freeze them, which is the commercial ice, so does the freezing of the water purifies them that they don't have the psul of grown water? So that's a point of argument, but most of the poskim are lenient about it, at least for men's mikveh. But in a case that it's needed, so also for ladies' mikveh. Yeah. When we say ladies' mikveh, it doesn't have to be ladies' mikveh. It's like the point is like something that is like the oraita. So also vessels will be the same thing. So mikveh for vessels. So that's why many times you see in like men's mikveh that they make a sign like it's not kosher for kelim, for vessels. Might be that it's because of that point, that it was made originally from ice.
Oh.
Yeah. אוקיי, רמה. כשמשער שיעור המקווה בשלג, ימער חללות תחילה. When you are doing the measurement of the amount of water with snow, when you're filling up the mikveh with snow, so squeeze the snow, that it will be condensed, because the air doesn't count, right? If you do it by weight, you don't have a problem, because a kilo of water will make a kilo of ice, right? So even though it will be like more space, but the weight stays the same. So if you have a way to weight the the snow or the ice. Yeah, when you buy like commercial ice, or they sell it by weight. So when you're buying, like for example, like 500 kilos of ice, they don't sell snow, but if they would have sell snow, whatever, snow or ice, so it will produce 500 liters of water, right? Even though it takes more space. Yeah? Clear? ואז מותר לטבול בו כמו שהוא. So you can dunk inside even though it didn't get melted. Enjoy. Yeah. You want to dunk inside of ice and snow? ויש מחמירים בלטבול בכל אלו עד שנמחו ונעשו מים. There is those that are stringent to say don't dunk inside of ice and snow until it becomes to be water. טוב להחמיר לכתחילה, it's good to be stringent to begin with. Yeah, but if there's somebody that really wants to go to the mikve and it's still ice, okay, enjoy. Can you imagine yourself like in the past generations that they like used to like make a hole in the ice and dunk inside? Like what a strength. Yeah.
Takes a lot.
I know someone that his grandfather came from Russia, I think, and he said that's what they did. You know, they wanted the mikveh, so they didn't have mikveh because of the communists, and if they wanted to dunk, so that's what they did. Men's, women's, that was what available for a certain time. Amazing, huh?
The things we do for Hashem.
Yeah. Okay, ימהר פירוש יהיה נכבש, no, excuse me, מ"ט. באר היטב מ"ט. No, we didn't do באר היטב. באר היטב מ"ח, השלג. דווקא שנתנו למקווה בעודו שלג, אבל אם נמוח ונעשה מים קודם שניתנו למקווה, הרי הוא כשאר מים הוא פוסל את המקווה, הוא פשוט הוא. So the mikveh, the snow does become to be possible because of drawing when it is still snow, but if it melts and becomes to be water, so it's like water. Yeah. So let's say you want to be stringent. Instead of using the commercial ice, you want to send the truck to the north, to the Hermon, and to load like a whole, the whole truck with snow and bring it to your mikveh. Great idea, right? But you have to make sure when they are bringing it from the truck to the mikveh that it didn't melt, that it's still snow, right? If it melted, so they cannot like take it with buckets, right? Yeah. מ"ט. השח חולק על זה, הוא מביא כמה ראיות שראוי לפסוק דלא מעני טבילה בשלג. So the Shach is arguing with that. He says that it's not good to dip in the ice, to dunk in the snow. אבל שיש בו כדי, even though it has the 40 שאה, רק לטבול ידיו בשלג כדי לאכול שרי. There is a permission to use snow instead of washing hands for bread. Yeah, so you can dip in your hands inside of the snow. אם אין לו מים, if you don't have the water, כיוון הנעילת ידיים מדרבנן, because the washing hands is rabbinical.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There's no halakha, or there's no the right halakha to do netilat yadayim?
Only for kohanim in the Bet Mikdash.
That's the only one?
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Not only in the Bet Mikdash. Kohanim, like they eat like truma. They need to do netilat yadayim. Yeah.
Wow.
ימעך פירוש יהיה נכבש יחד וקשה כדי שלא יחסר ממנו, שיהיה נימוח, שיהיה מים לא יהיה כל כך כמו שהוא עכשיו. So the same idea, like when you squeeze the snow, condense it is the right word?
Yeah, you could say it.
Yeah, so when you compress it, so then after it will be dissolved, so it will be the right amount of water. למד א' מקווה שאוב שהגליד טהור משום מים שאובים. נימוך הוא כשר להיקבות. You have a mikve that is drawn water that became to be ice. Yeah, a glid. Got frozen. So it is pure from being drawn water, and when it defrosts, it is kosher leikavot. So now, like, what does it mean leikavot? The last word there. So I understand that leikavot, it means to be used as a mikveh.
Yeah.
Okay, but when I spoke about it with Rav Adler, he said that it will be kosher to add water on top of it, that it will not make the new water to be pasul. Yeah, so you have like a different perception of this halacha, but it's the same argument that I told you before about the ice. Yeah, so according to that like stringency that he holds and some other poskim holds, so a mikveh that is based on ice is not a good mikveh. But according to the simple understanding of this halacha, like I said before, you can put ice in your mikveh, melt it, and it will be like kosher mikveh. Practically, I think that most of the people that they're doing mikveh in their house, that's the way they do it. One time when I was trying to do mikveh here, in one of the roofs of the yeshiva, so I called like ice company, and I ordered ice. So when the lady like took the order, she told me it's for a mikveh, right? So I understood it became to be like a known thing in the world that like people are buying like big amount of ice, you know, like you're not a store that sells ice. You don't have a hotel that you need like so much ice. So like why do you need so much ice? So probably it's for a mikveh. So I said yes. She said I can smell it all the way here.
That's funny.
anyhow, באר היטב, נ"א, שהגליד פירוש שהקרישו מימיו מחמת הקור, right? So the water became to be frozen. שנימוך הוא קשה להיקבות. When it became to defrost, it's kosher to be, okay, to להיקבות. That's the argument. What does it mean להיקבות? So I'll take it to my side that it will be kosher mikveh. כלומר שחזרו להיות כמו מי גשמים ומותר לטבול בהם, right? So that's the simple understanding of the shach that באר היטב brings, that it's like rainwater that you can dunk inside. Okay? By the way, one of my like ideas, because I told you that like I plan many mikvot for all kinds of different ways. I don't know if it's true, but I have a certain memory that there is some kind of like chemical that you put inside of water and it's causing them to freeze.
Yeah.
There is something like that.
I think it exists.
Right?
Yeah.
So that was like a interesting like question for me. That here it seems that the halacha is because it got frozen because of the cold. So what would be the case if it got frozen because of chemical? Yeah, if it will be the same halacha or not. So I would say simply yes. The fact is that it became to be frozen. So like it doesn't really matter how it got to be frozen. Yeah. so I don't know how you say it in English, but it's in Hebrew it's called matzav tzvira. You have like liquid, solid, and gas.
Yeah.
How do you call that?
Elements.
Elements?
Or
No. Elements is something else.
Yeah, you're right. It's I forget the word for it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, liquid, solid, yeah.
So my point is that like, what is rainwater? If I take like regular tap water, and like it became to be like, steam. I steam the water that like dissolved by steaming, yeah. So the steams goes up to the sky, right? Becomes to be rain. Falls as rain, right? So it became to be like water again after it was gas, came to be water again. So now it's kosher to be mikveh, right? So doesn't matter how it became to be gas, what made him to be steamed. Maybe. If it's because of the sun or because of of like electricity. If I put like 2 electrodes inside of the water and it became to be steam, and then it like came back to be water, my understanding it will be the same thing. So the same thing also to be solid and then to go back to be water, same kind of idea. So the fact that like by changing the status of it, however you were translating matzav tzvira, like to solid or gas, and then it goes back to be water in a way that it was not drawn since then. So my understanding that it's kosher water for mikve. So according to that also the chemical will work. Anyhow, hold it here for today. A little bit short today, but Bezrat Hashem to be continued. Baruch Adonai Leolam. Amen.